Cool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new home of the Down the Local FC on Twitch. Due to some legal issues, we've decided to create our own channel and finally give the show its own identity. Obviously, it was kind of born from my idea initially when we started doing this show, and it was something that was done on my channel, and I'm quite proud now to say that it's its own thing and that it's something that stands on its own 2 feet now. So here it is, twitch.tv/down the local. It's a historic day, Neil.
It is. It's even more historic because you've not shared your screen. I can't see anything.
I've just done it.
Oh, hold on. I'm still not seeing anything.
I know.
It's in me.
Told you, mate. Told you.
There we go.
I told you, mate. I'm rushing big time. Boys and girls, everyone on Twitch, everyone on Facebook, I apologise if tonight's show I'm a little bit out there. I'm a very tired little boy. I've been a busy beaver this weekend. Getting this set up, getting the new stuff up and working. I hope you like the new start screen and all the silly little things. It doesn't look very impressive, but it takes a lot of time to do. So I hope you guys have. It's not lost on you. That's what I'm trying to say. So
I'll tell you what does look impressive.
Go on.
That's Zlatan.
Fuck off.
Hanging up
Fuck
just
off.
behind you.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Oh. What is disappointing though is that you said it was going to replace your Higgins one, but you've actually put them as a pairing. You and Zlatan as a front two.
Happy now? Oh, you're happy?
Well, no, I like to me.
No. We'll do what you want to do, Neil. Now it's got its own. It's got its own page. Oh yeah, I can tell you what to do now. My name's Neil Badgerman. Yeah.
I thought as a front pairing, mate. I thought it would be more angry than Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham together.
It'd be worse than Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer, mate.
David Batty and Graham Lasso.
Oh,
yeah,
mate, can you imagine?
All of them. All touch-ups.
I'd just give us a ball, cocknose. I'd just say that the whole time. That's what would happen. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, basically, George Elliott, who is a regular of both my streams and the Down the Local streams, said, "What would it take for me to wear said shirt?" I said 2,000 bits. 2 weeks later, the daft bastard donated 2,000 bits to my Twitch. So I agreed I would wear it for a drumming stream, and it will stay up there until further notice. So alongside the Higgins shirt, I just want to point that out. So I don't want to get mistaken for Ibrahimovic. So I've got
further notice, like 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, when
straight down.
Neil, if you walk to the co-op and you see a fire in the back garden, don't panic. Don't call the fire brigade.
Highly flammable, those shirts, aren't they? Highly flammable.
I mean, feel free to piss on it if you want to put it out, but don't feel obliged.
No, I like that. I must admit, when you showed me it the other day, I was pretty impressed it fitted you.
Thank you. I know I'm not as fat as I look.
No, well, it was more the fact the shirt looked tiny. When you held that up,
because I'm tiny.
It was like
I'm just a little guy that's
upper back one.
I know. I thought I'd look hunky. That's what I was thinking.
I went for the small one to beef out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's why my Down the Local shirt. If I kind of do that, it makes me look like I've got pecs. To do that.
Yeah.
Whereas really they're just moobs. They're just moobs, mate.
Yeah.
Just because I wear a really tight shirt, it just compresses them. So, hello everyone that's popped in the chat. Hi Karen. Hi Mar. Thank you. Good afternoon, Matt Dealbreaker. Thank you for joining, man. Great to have you here, guys on Facebook. Whoever's watching, please say hello so we can shout you out. It's great to have you here on what is, the first show of our own separate Twitch. So it's great to be able to share this with you.
Yeah, and I'm intrigued as well from Matt's point of view. How was it streaming from Audi car park earlier?
Yeah, how was that? Aldi, not Audi.
Sometimes Sean seems Aldi. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes Sean has trouble streaming from his room. Multiple camera issues earlier, and
I don't know
we've had a
what
couple
happened.
of dropouts, and
I don't know what happened.
very bizarre.
Just fucking
Very
mate.
bizarre.
It's just me, mate. It's just me. My life is just fucking down the tube, son. Down the tube. I'll be
Yeah.
hanging out with the rats.
4G connection in the car park, loving it. Good stuff.
Like it. Like it.
You don't get that in any car parks in Norfolk.
No, you get a doggers.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You get the 4G as a connection until you get to the car park. They only need to lead you there.
It was the frog. Yeah. By the way, the frog doesn't work on this channel anymore. The frog is exclusive to Sean himself for now. For now, it's
Okay.
we've got lots of other things we need to work on for the Down the Local show. Now it's its own separate thing, so that'll all come. If anyone's thinking what the fuck is the frog, it's a long story. Audi car park probably has seen a dogger or two. It's seen more than two, my friend, because it takes more than two people to dog.
That is true.
So, Neil,
That's true.
onwards with the show. So
Yeah.
what have we got to look forward to tonight, Neil?
Oh, well, Sean, hold on. For those of you who have missed all the drama of the last couple of weeks, being Down the Local, we actually have some official stuff of locally drinking.
Yeah! Finally, get in.
Finally, rocked
Finally.
up on Friday. I was a very happy boy.
I bet.
I posted on a Facebook. Well, I've been waiting 2 weeks for it. Posted on a Facebook earlier on about the guesses for how many are left after it turned up on Friday. So I am waiting to see. Before well, actually, no. Let's do a little bit now. I can guarantee you that there is one because I need a drink.
That many.
And the one is a Supreme Champion beer.
Yummy.
Which I think is.
Dennis in the house.
I think that's kind of like it's leading us in because we've got Letizier's goal tonight.
Oh.
And
goals, Neil. We got goals again,
goals.
son. Can't fucking wait.
Champion of goals, champion of beer. It's called Hell das Blau.
Oh, Hell das Blau.
Apparently 700 years. I hope it's not 700 years old because this will taste weird.
Nah, it'll be right.
But it's yeah, it'll be fine. I'll drink it anyway. Don't matter.
Big hello to Dennis.
It's
how we doing? You good? Hope you're well. Thanks for joining.
All right. It is a 5%, and I'm guessing it's German.
With the Das Brau, what you just said, yeah.
Yeah, well, and half of the words look quite angry. So, what are you consuming there? That looked dark. Was that Coca-Cola?
Might be a little bit of rum in it, mate.
Just
a little bit of rum. Little bit of rum in there. Yeah, rub it in there, son.
You're not down the local. You're not on the down the local glass though.
I'm not actually. Yeah, it's a good shout. Oh no, I fucked up. I told you, Neil, man. I've had a massive brain fart today. I had 4 hours sleep. I mean, I was gonna say I've had 4 hours sleep and I look like shit. But hey, what's new? I always look like shit. So, yeah, I'm suffering today. I think that come across in the drum show thing, and certainly with the intro to the show. So, guys, don't get your hopes up.
Your drumming was fine, mate, because the excitement of the Wheel of Fortune.
Ah, how good
was
was that?
Wheel of Sean kicked it. And tonight you got the adrenaline rush of the goals.
Ah, yes.
So
I got my old mate Morgan to help me through.
Oh, Morgie Spice.
Oh, what a boy, eh?
See,
what a boy.
I've got it all going on today. I've got the down the local t-shirt, down the local glass. I've got the Hell das Blau, and it's all being opened up by this beautiful.
Oh, look at that!
Millennium Falcon bottle opener.
That's banging. Where'd you get that?
I know. I've got all the shizzle, mate. Came from China pre-corona.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie. I had a packet arrive from China today, and I was a bit nervous. I looked at it, I thought,
Was it like The Simpsons? Did you open it and the disease came out?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, yeah. That's probably why my drumming was a bit dodge. Yeah, I was clouded in my own
The
diseases.
excitement of opening up the thing.
So Neil, are you gonna give us a bit of a review on the beer that you're about to open? Is that your plan?
I am going. Well, yeah, yeah. I'm desperately because we're trying to build a. Have you ever seen where people build those tables, and then they put the top of the table set in a resin
Yep.
using the bottle tops?
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Looks well funky. I'm trying to do what?
You're gonna do that?
That's the plan.
Oh, that's sick.
That's the plan. We've got a lot of bottle tops. We've got a lot of bottle tops.
Yeah, I bet.
Um,
Pisshead.
I mean, we've been saving them up for years, mate. Years.
Days.
But no, most of the time it's cans. But yeah, we will do a review, and I'll do a review of some of the other ones that I consumed. I kept hold of the cans, so I can do a review of some of the other ones because there were some bangers in there.
Yeah, I bet.
There was one that you'd recognise.
Getting thirsty.
As well. There's one that you'd recognise, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Club Tropica. Hey, deal breaker. You were drinking
Tiny
that the other
Rebel.
week.
Little tiny rebel one, local.
Yeah, they're all right. They are. They're not bad. Quite
There
like
a lot
that.
of that. A lot of that in the fat cap, but this one has been my favourite one so far.
Cafe Racer. Oh, coffee and
It is
vanilla porter. You like
and
a
vanilla porter.
I'm not of a porter
I like
man.
a flavoured. I'm not unless it's like a flavoured one. I like the coffee vanilla. To be fair, anything that's got coffee in it. People look at me funny when I say coffee cake. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Coffee cake ain't bad.
Coffee cake is a winner, mate. Basically, anything
Coffee
where I
and
can get
cake,
a caffeine
yeah.
hit, yeah. Anything I can get a caffeine hit, I'm all over it.
Yeah, ditto. I used to make when I used to make chocolate brownies, I used to put bits of fudge in them, but I'd also mix coffee granules in with it. Oh, good.
Okay.
It's good. Very good.
Yeah. I know people who used to mix stuff into their brownies.
Yeah, I know, everyone used to say that, man. I used to make that shit, and everyone would go like, "Oh yeah, coffee in there, yeah, right, yeah." It was coffee. I ain't that way inclined, man. I'm not a druggo. That's the one thing I'm not. I'm many things, but I'm not a fucking druggo.
No.
Fuck off, Neil.
Bad for you. I know what I'm saying. I agree.
Yeah, going, yeah.
I used to make a porter cake for Sean's dad.
Bugger me.
Interesting.
There you go. Any chance you could make some for Neil? He would. I think
give that a whirl.
Yeah, be cramming that down your old gob, wouldn't ya? Stuffing it in, son.
I will
Fucking
indeed.
stuffing it in.
Shoveling in.
So when can we expect to see the
yeah.
reviews of your beers then, Neil?
Oh, do I have to do more detail than that? I said I really like that one, and you'll reckon that was my reviews, man.
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, yeah, fine. I'll go first then. I'll do a review of my Captain's Morgans, and actually, I'm not drinking with Coke. I'm with Dr Pepper. Because what's the worst that could happen, eh?
Oh wow!
And I must say, it's bloody delicious, lad.
You end up with a Zlatan shirt.
Come again?
You'll end up with a Zlatan shirt. That's the worst that can happen.
What happened, Neil?
It's already happened, mate. It's happened. So you say that's the worst. That's the worst that can happen.
Yeah, but fuck it. I got paid for it, so I'm happy. I'll do anything. I'll do anything for money. Just putting that out there, guys. I'll do anything for money. All right. I'm a cheap little whore.
Smells alright. Smells alright. Because it's all written in German, I'm not too sure what it's meant to be. Really.
No.
It tastes a bit pilsnery.
Like
not a massive fan of pilsner.
I don't mind it.
It's alright. It's alright.
It's not melted Calippo, though, is it?
It is not a melted Calippo. It is not a passion fruit and pineapple still cider that tastes like fruit juice.
Yummy, yummy. God, fucking get scuttered on that. Gee, Jesus Christus. Jesus Christ. Okay, Neil, football.
You do.
Football. We are the Down the Local
Football.
show. So we've obviously the premise for the show.
We've done
People who are
beer.
joining for the first time. We talk about beer and football. Probably about a 75 to 25% split, I'd say. Mainly the football. Maybe 80%
Probably
football.
I would say this is probably the longest we talked about beer.
It is probably, yeah. But we usually
'Cause
talk about
normally
beer a lot.
it's normally a moan.
Just not in
Yeah,
like a big
normally
block.
it's a moan. Yeah, exactly. Well, normally it's a comparison of what you're ordering, what do you want to drink. That's normally our conversation of beer.
Mm.
My conversations of beer over the last couple of weeks have been, where the hell's my box of beer?
You've talked a lot about beer then.
And box of beer hasn't turned up. But apart from that, yeah.
Did you get like nuts and stuff in with the beer 52 thing? Some garnish. Look, hey. Oh no, we could get banned off Twitch. You're flashing your nuts. Damn it.
Cheeky peas. Barbecue flavour roasted chickpeas.
Oh, fucking hell.
I thought they were peanuts, man. Drink and have them.
Yeah. There you go, Jezza. I got you a little treat, darling.
Yeah, I've decided to have these because I love you so much, and I don't want them.
So something I want to bring up, Neil. I didn't mention this earlier, but it's when I was setting up the start screen. If anyone was there for the start, I decided to put some crowd noise on because I thought it creates the atmosphere. Obviously, you're in the pub, you got the TV playing with the football on. I thought that'd be a really cool thing for the start screen, and that'll get us in the mood, ready for the show. When I was doing that, I was thinking to myself, I remember something from this weekend. Believe it or not, that I was watching the Bundesliga, and they tested having crowd audio overlaid over the matches.
Yes.
Did you see any of it?
I heard about that. Yeah. No, I heard about it though. I did hear that they were planning on doing it, and there'd been not furore, but there'd been like people saying, "Well, what a pointless exercise that is. It's not going to have any bearing on the game because there's still no one in the stadium."
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued to see how it panned out.
I mean, I think that it was because it wasn't played in the stadium. It was actually played. So they basically took the audio from the stadium and then they put the layer on top. Within the football studio. So we heard what was going on the football pitch, but then they obviously had someone controlling it. So when there was a chance, they would obviously put the crowd noise as if like the oohs and the ahs, of the chants and different things. And if there was a foul, they'd kind of put the jeer in and things like that. I can't remember which game it was that I watched. I think it was Dortmund's game against. I can't remember who now. I watched it and actually I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good idea. I mean, everyone's been complaining. Everyone's been bitching and moaning, saying that without the crowd, it's not the same. It's not this. It's not that. I think a lot of us are thankful that there's football back, and that even though it does sound like a bit of a training match, I'm thankful there's football to watch. But it's obviously not enough for some people, and they want to hear the crowds, and they want to hear the oohs and the ahs and the jeering and the this and the that. So I think it's a good idea. I think it's helped make it that some tiny little bit enjoyable. But it's not a long-term fix, is it? I mean, because we talked about it a couple of weeks about how Liverpool were going to develop an app, like a phone app, that you could send in a cheer that would be played over the tannoy during a game.
Yes.
Which is I think that's a considerably more daft suggestion than this. Because like you said, because sooner or later someone's going to hack it and put in some noises and I quite enjoy it if it was like a Squidward, not Squidward, Dr. Zoidberg noise or something. That'd be brilliant. Yeah, just as Mane is flying up the wing going whoop, 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 whoop. That'd be brilliant.
Oh dear. I think having it as the TV side of things, I think it can work. I think having it pumped out into the stadium, which is what they were saying about originally, was a bit pointless.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree. Just reading Matt's comment. Having watched some of the Bundesliga, having no crowd does take away from the spectacle, but think it adds to appreciate the smaller things we take for granted, like passes, touches, and communication. Totally agreed. I actually really enjoy listening to the calls, because that's something we just don't hear. I think you can all of a sudden appreciate who the leaders are on a football pitch almost to an extent. We can kind of analyse it slightly different. I think that's quite a cool thing. I think that's nice. So could you imagine watching the Manchester United sides of the 90s and hearing Roy Keane and his ability to sort of rile the team and things like that. Hearing his spats with Vieira during the game and these little things, the little niggly bits. I think that's quite cool. I think it's interesting to watch that sort of thing and hear it.
I think it works to an extent. I think the problem they will have over here is they will have to drown that out, because football is constant language, and the time of day it's on, they won't be able to do it. So,
but once again, I mean, that's a great point, Matt. Finally, I've always been a fan of how rugby, you can hear what the referee's saying. I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely brilliant, because you in the stadium and you at home understand why that referee's made that decision and what judgment he's making at that time. If he decides not to give a penalty, you can hear him say, for me, there wasn't enough contact for him to fall over like that. Case closed. Yeah. Whether you agree or disagree, case closed. Yeah. He's made his decision. You understand where he's coming from, whether you like it or lump it. At least you know. You don't sit there, 2 or 3 days later thinking, well, what the fuck's he what's he seen there? At least, I think it's a fantastic thing. And hearing what the players say to the referee would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Because the way that they talk to referees is fucking abysmal. It's atrocious, Neil.
It is.
I have no time for that whatsoever. Those guys are paid that amount of money to talk to a man like that. They deserve to be fucking strung up. That's wrong. It's so wrong.
Yep, I completely agree. I think, there's the whole thing of foul and abusive language aimed at the referees. I don't think they've got the power to do it. They don't use it enough. And as a result, it sets a precedent. And I think part of the problem is you see, and I remember hearing Howard Webb talking, and it was the guy, Mark Clattenburg.
I think Graham Poll talked for a bit as well, didn't he? Graham Poll come out for a little while, and he was a bit of a pundit, and he spoke about it a bit. And as you say, then all of a sudden some of the referees started talking, like Clattenburg and your man. Yeah, sorry.
But part of the thing they were saying was, when they went onto the pitch, what they wanted to do was they'd not be pals, but they'd be friendly with the players to start with, so that there wasn't that kind of attitude of I'm the ref and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they said, and it would then get players on side, so you'd still have an argument with them, but they'd let it go.
Yeah.
But when he's done that, you see a lot of players would still swear at them. They'd then explain and they'd go, and that'd be it, and nothing would happen from the initial swearing. And that's where part of the problem is. It's because there's an amount of leeway given to players.
Yeah.
That means you're never going to be able to squash it.
Yeah. But
I think that's where the issue is going to come in the Premier League, if they then allow that audio to be transmitted.
Yeah, but I think then all of a sudden there is right to impose, just like Matt's just said. I 100% agree. We would not talk to our manager, our boss at work, and if they told us to do something, we wouldn't turn around and use abusive language in the manner that they use it. That's what we have to remember. These guys are paid an extraordinary amount of money to portray a professional behaviour. Now, they do it in TV interviews, they do it on that stuff. Why can't they do it on the pitch? Why do you think kids are growing up on football pitches, swearing, fighting, causing issues? Then, because they do it on a football pitch, Neil, and then they take it into school. They think they can talk to their teacher like that.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where it goes wrong, doesn't it? It's poor education almost, Yeah. So I think... if we do it at that high level, if we start to, like Matt says, start issuing straight red cards for abusive language, okay, you're going to get 3 or 4 games to start with that get abandoned, but it sets a precedent, and they will know from there onwards
I think
you could potentially be costing your team, your club, massive financial implications.
I think the sin bin process that has been introduced Saturday Sunday League, I think would work perfectly. If a player swears,
Yep.
you go into a sin bin. You're there for 10 minutes.
Yep.
If you continue to swear when in the sin bin, you are not allowed back on the pitch, and your team is allowed to make a substitution.
Mm-hmm.
If you come back on and you swear again at the ref, then it's a yellow card, and then the next one's a red card. So you got the opportunity to curb. And I think there should be that element. I think if you go in on a hard line of this has never been a red card before, and you've been able to do it for years and years and years, now it's a red card offence, it's too much of a jump, I think.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, yeah, certainly at our level as well, you know.
Yeah, because you think at the start of the year, the FA brought in something to Sunday League and Saturday League teams, which had never been done before, which was saying that clubs and managers would be fined for not being able to control their players on a pitch.
Yeah.
If I've got a player who's shouting and swearing at the ref, and I've done it before, I've gone to walk onto the pitch to pull the player away, and the referee's told me he's going to book me.
Yeah,
so I can't go on the pitch, and how am I meant to control him by doing that? He then gets sin binned, he comes off. I can then talk to that person, try and rein them in a little bit. They are not being reined in. Then they either go back out there and they put themselves in that situation, or I make the call and say, right, you're not going back on, which is what I've done last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's a million times harder to govern it at our level, isn't it? Because you can see some of the examples in Brazil where a player got sent off and he went to the changing room and then come back and he pulled a gun out on the referee, didn't he?
Oh yeah. You've seen players get sent off in Brazil, and then the rest of the players attack the ref.
Yeah, literally have a fight and beat him up, and it's well. Yeah, well, it's semi-pro, isn't it? It's not.
And I think one of them where they all attacked the referee, Romario was playing. It was Vasco da Gama.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, insane, just insane.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing. That's what you don't want to run the risk of.
Yeah.
In the Prem, and I think if you take, there's got to be a hard line measure. There's got to be this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be almost a leeway within that. So this is Pete in the house.
Yeah, I mean, okay, guys. Peter, who's just popped up in the chat, he's an umpire at hockey. He's done his full training. He's qualified to be an umpire. So I think he's someone who speaks with quite a high amount of experience and opinion on this. So it's the referee FA's fault in every other sports, hockey, rugby, cricket. They have zero tolerance for it, and it rarely happens. And that is it, Pete. But I 100% agree. I also 100% agree, I suppose, with Neil in that there has to be a grace period because, it'd be like being told tomorrow you can no longer walk on your legs, you have to walk on your hands. It's going to take time. You got
to over.
Yeah. So you got to. There's a certain amount of grace period.
And I've got no issue with the red card being introduced as a thing, but maybe in 2 seasons' time. So it's an incremental. So sin bins, then it's that, and then it's the red card for that. So you could have the sin bin would continue to be for dissent.
Yep.
But without the swearing, if there's swearing involved, then the season after it becomes a straight yellow card if you're swearing at the ref. And then the season after that, it becomes a straight red card if you're swearing or aggressively swearing at the ref, I think. Yeah. Because we all will do things. We all hit a shot and we go, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's it. It's where it's aimed, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's a little bit different, but you'd still have the same problem with the audio with the game.
Yeah.
If you have the audio playing through your TV. But it's that similar sort of thing. So you've got to have a line of it. If it's aggressive, so I think Deal Breaker put in there about aggressiveness. Mm-hmm. Swearing at the should be or aggressive dissent. Yeah. So I think aggressive dissent is probably worse than just swearing at the ref.
Yep.
Because that's threatening behaviour.
Precisely.
Swearing at the ref can just actually
gross misconduct, isn't it? Effectively. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
1 or 2 red cards in the team governance. So I don't think it would have. I don't think people will, especially footballers. I don't think they would have the ability to rein themselves in straight away just because they saw someone sent off.
yeah. Hmm.
I remember when I first moved up here, and I played a couple of games I played in the Christian League when I first moved up here, and they have a zero tolerance to swearing.
Hmm.
And footballer, I'm not stupid, but it took me 4 or 5 games being warned to work out where their line of what swearing was.
Yeah, that's it. It's, yeah, I'm trying to understand, and I can understand what you're sort of saying. Then, yeah, these referees, they come on, they try and make friends with the players almost, so they were on side so you could
Yeah,
communicate with them better. Um, but
yeah,
there are circumstances of it being the other way around, isn't there? I remember who's the defensive midfielder that played for Bayern Munich and Holland, must only retired. Jesus Christ, about 3 or 4 years ago.
um,
Van Bommel. Van Bommel. Um, but he said he used to on purpose try and butter the referee up at the beginning of a match,
yeah,
before the match, just so
yeah.
he knew that he would get an extra tackle or two in hand. He used to. I think one of the
They
things he
get
said,
free
he
one.
goes, I used to ask him about the weather, was one of his sort of things he'd always do, and you know, which so it all
Yeah,
swings both ways, doesn't it?
yeah.
Mm.
It does. It
Mm.
does, and I think it's a bit of a. I think it's a shame, and I think where Pete's put in there, you could implement it tomorrow and it would happen. I don't. Has it ever been a problem in hockey, rugby, cricket, or has it always been a case of this is zero tolerance from day one? Because if it's zero tolerance from day one, people know as soon as they step out. And the sort of people who play those sports are normally a little bit more couth
Yeah, they have a
than
higher
footballers.
intelligence. Yeah, let's not beat around the bush. Um,
I wouldn't necessarily say higher intelligence, but they definitely there's definitely a different aspect of it. The sort of people who play football,
Sorry, I'm not ignoring you.
I feel like
Yeah,
in hockey, the entire Dutch national team have to qualify as umpires to better understand the rules. I think that's a fantastic thing. The Dutch do it. Having spoken to Stephen in the past, um, the Dutch clubs going through the youth levels make all players play in every position.
yeah,
So he played for when he was younger. When he was, I think he said when he was like 12, he played for Roda JC. Um, and I think they were second division in Holland at the time. And he said 1 week you'd play in goal, the next week you'd play left back,
yeah,
then you'd play centre back, then you'd play right back, then you'd play right midfield, centre midfield, left forward, centre forward, right forward,
yeah.
and then you'd go back and you'd play in goal again. And you'd done that up until the age of, I think he said it was up until like the age of 14,
Mm,
and then they started to pick out the positions that people would play.
yeah. So I mean,
So
do you think that they should do that at youth level? Then they should make the players referee a match.
I don't think necessarily youth level, maybe. I think they should definitely have the kids go through a short course of refereeing,
Mm,
but maybe not make them referee a game.
okay.
Kids are brutal,
Yeah, I know. I suppose
and
using
I
that
think that
example, like you said, of playing in different positions. If you think you're a striker, and then playing at left back, you can understand. You learn the tactical side of the game, don't you? I so there's different benefits to doing that. But would refereeing a
yeah,
game make you understand then when you come to play out on pitch? You can then go through that mindset of, okay, I can see why the referee's done that, and therefore I'm not going to argue because I've been there, I've done it, I know how difficult it is.
yeah. I think part of the problem is, um, I mean, I'm guessing the Dutch national team is the adult team, and I guess maybe that should be something before you're allowed to play a competitive adult game. You should have to referee one. But I think having
Yeah.
kids go through some sort of referee training
Mm.
is a good basis for that.
Agreed.
As I say, kids are brutal, and I think that could put. What you don't want to do is have a kid do that, get bullied at school afterwards because of it,
Yeah.
um, and it puts him off playing, refereeing, everything.
Yeah.
And that could quite easily happen.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah, definitely. I
So
suppose it's just to make the argument
it's
that, as you say,
it's not.
trial by fire almost. But I think that then, as you say, you'd
Yeah,
alienate a lot of people, wouldn't you?
yeah. I think it's a really tricky one in that situation where you don't want to lose those people at a young age,
Yeah.
but there does need to be that understanding at a young age. You've also got to bear in mind the kids who would happily put their hand up and say, "Yeah, I'll referee a game to get an understanding of it," are the ones who wouldn't be swearing at a ref in the first place.
Yeah. And once again, there's always that potential for yeah, if you was to get a little hothead kid who is, causing problems on the pitch, if you let him referee a game, he's just going to make it even worse, isn't he? He's just going to throw fuel on the
Yeah,
fire. It'll turn out to be red card football. He'll just send someone off for the sake of sending them off or something. It descend into chaos.
yeah,
But I think at a young
yeah.
age, I'd like to think kids would be a damn sight more savvy, and that they would they would appreciate the job that is done by referees a little bit better. And once again,
I don't know. You'd always have that little Hitler, wouldn't you? School monitor, milk monitor, something like that. They'd be playing the role of little Hitler. They'd grow up to be one of those really small policemen who just want to go round and intimidate everyone because they've got a badge.
Just walking down
You
the
know,
road
that
spinning
kind of
his
thing.
truncheon, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of yeah.
Hello, hello,
Was
hello.
that your bullied me at school, didn't you? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock you up.
Clocking round the head. Little shy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't
Um,
want that. Don't want that.
Lorenzio, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to
Yeah, that's a
the
good
new
point.
page for Down the Local.
Yes.
Just to kind of point out, guys, anyone who's joining us late, we are now going to be doing the shows on here from now onwards. I'm not going to be doing them on my channel due to issues, contractual issues is the only way I can really put it. So if you want to follow this page, then you will get updates on when we are going live, and obviously it will be the home for the Down the Local show. It will no longer be on the Sean himself. So feel free to unfollow if you were purely following the Sean himself one for the football show, because it sadly will no longer be on there. I will be hosting the show on there, so you'll see it'll be copied onto there. So we have two oars in the water now, but yeah, from now onwards, this will be the home of the Down the Local show. If you're on Facebook, you are already on our Facebook home of the Down the Local FC, so no need to panic. Neil, so you wanted to bring something up as well, which I think this has been going on for a little while. And funny enough, I've created quite a nice little segue here with contractual issues, but you wanted
Yes.
to talk about the issue that Manchester United are looking to sue Sega, I believe, for infringements of copywriting.
Sega or SI. I'm not too sure which one. It's either Sega or Sports Interactive Games.
Hmm.
Basically, Manchester United have decided they are going to sue whoever is the overarching person. I think Sega are the overarching person now for Football Manager 20. They want to sue them for copyright infringements on the use of the Manchester United. Did you get a chance to read any of it?
I had a very quick read. I read about it because I think this news surfaced end of May. I think I'm correct in saying. So
Yep.
I had a quick read of it at that time when I first initially heard about it. But frankly, it seems so bloody daft that don't really pay it too much attention, to be honest. So
yeah, and this is there we go. So I think Matt's put on their deal breakers, put in there about a little bit about what it is, but it seems to be like a three-tiered approach. So it sounds as though Manchester United initially went to try and sue them, didn't think it would carry enough weight, so added something else in, which didn't really carry enough weight, so added something else in again. So what they've said is that it degrades the brand of Manchester United, that the badge they use on the game isn't the Manchester United badge.
Yeah.
But then they've never given authority for the name of Manchester United or the badge to be used in the game. They were trying to sue Sega for the use of the badge from downloads. So where people will go set up their own stream account, they will build the badge or take the badge, and they'll set up their own what are they called, skins for the pages. So they'll set up their own skins for the pages with all of the official badges and all the official names and everything else on there. And they were trying to sue Sega for that. And Sega said, look, we have nothing to do with that. That is done completely separate. We have an editor option on there because we allow people to build their own team, their local teams that aren't on there. This is there. It can be done. But we do not condone it, and we do not advertise it or market it. Which is then when Man United said, well, actually, we want to do this. It degrades it by not using the official badge against it. Now, part of the problem that Sega Sports Interactive have had with this is that for 20 years, they've been sending copies of the game to Manchester United on beta versions pre-release to get them to review the players on there that they've got at their youth level, especially the staffing side of things, everything else, the pitch, the capacity of the pitch, basic indications on contracts and contract length and all this sort of thing, so that they can make it the most detailed game available in a sports sense. And Manchester United have never raised a complaint before. And they've had copies of the game for endless amounts of years. There was points in time where teams were using the game as a scouting method because they couldn't afford to get their own scouts. Some do, because they can't afford their own scouts to go elsewhere in the world. So they will use
Watford
it
and
as
Everton currently use it.
Yeah, they're sponsored by it, aren't they?
Yep.
Watford, for a period of time, had it on the front of their shirt. I don't know if they still do.
Still do, to my understanding, they do, yes.
Yeah. But it's like, how can... If you're Manchester United, what has suddenly happened in the last couple of months, apart from obviously COVID, that has suddenly made you think, we're going to sue these guys? Manchester United could not have lost so much money that they need to start hunting down a games producer.
Yeah, exactly.
And the concern is, it's a game that a lot of us play, and if Manchester United was successful in suing them, the game would stop production.
Yep.
There would be an FM21.
Go back to Championship Manager, wouldn't it?
Well, no, can you even get that anymore? I don't even know if it's an available game anymore.
You can't, no, but didn't, that died out, and then didn't it merge with Football Manager? I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Sorry.
The guys who wrote, so Sports Interactive wrote, or the two people who own Sports Interactive, one of them created Championship Manager, and the other one was the main producer for Championship, was the main holder for SI Games. Had a fallout. There was a split. So Championship Manager ran for a short period of time, but the person who was the main builder of it all went off with SI Games, and they created Football Manager, and they ran sort of side by side for about 3 or 4 years, and then it vanished, and then it just died.
Benno.
430.
Sorry. Sorry, are we talking Manchester United are in 430 million debt? Because I mean, they've been in insane amount of debt for a long, long time. When the Glazers brought them, I think
I was going to say that's by half.
Yeah, they were in exorbitant amounts of
debt. 800.
Yeah. So, but for the sake of $1 million or $2 million, out of a popular video game, what have Manchester United got to gain from taking this kind of action towards Football Manager?
Financial. That's all they can have.
Yeah, but like I mean, a pittance. They could sell Jesse Lingard, who's shit, and get more money.
Well, that's very true. And yeah, I mean, Pete's put maybe the point is to cripple the teams that are using it. Majority of the teams that use it
possibly
are lower level, where they can't afford the scouting process. So what they may have is 1, maybe 2 scouts, and as opposed to having people covering various different places around the world, they will have those 2 scouts, and they may go off. They'll get a job. A lot of people in one area, they'll go and scout them at one point in time. Whereas Manchester United will have a scout in Africa, a scout in Asia, a scout here, a scout there, a scout in Argentina, a scout in Brazil, so they can see everyone at the same time. So from that point of view, I don't get what they're hoping to gain from it.
Yeah,
Bad publicity.
It's terrible publicity. Okay, yeah, there was blah blah blah. Yeah, I think Pete's got a point to make. I could see where you want to if you feel that someone is getting a gain that you are not being afforded, then I could understand that. But I don't think that this is the way to do it. You would just argue that point that this should be made readily available to all teams, which it already is. Because anyone can buy a copy of Football Manager. Me and you can sit there scouting teams on Football Manager and pick out who are these young players. I mean, they're no better than Manchester United signings, frankly. Half the time. Look at Freddie Adu.
Yeah. But equally, Pete's just said, but if I'm scouting some Chile wonder kid and Watford then sign him through a video game, and I've had my scout there 5 times watching him, I'd be pissed. Now, why? Why would you be pissed?
Why?
Because from that point of view, either your scout is undecided watching him in the flesh.
Yep.
Because he's been there 5 times. If you've then not made a move after 5 times, the guy's probably not going to be up to it. If Watford have just signed him off the back of a game, that's a massive risk.
It's a massive risk.
They would still need to have someone go see him. They would still need to have some sort of report on him. Because the amount of times, I mean, let's be fair, who was the legend of one of the old Football Manager games or Championship Manager? Cherno Samba?
Yeah, who? How many titles did he? Exactly. Premier League titles did he win now?
Well, on Football Manager, mate, loads.
Millions.
In real life, his career bombed at Millwall. He was like a 17-year-old striker at Millwall with a massive potential. Would end up at like Barcelona, places like that. But in real life, he got into the Millwall first team. There was a lot of hype about him because of Football Manager.
Yep.
And I think he ended his career at the age of 23 playing in non-league.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean. Once again, Freddie Adu. Christ, it's just so many different players. I mean, Christ, I think I had a save where John Bostock was the most valuable player in the game.
Yeah, John Bostock's another one. Prime example.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Where is he now? You know, it's so. Yeah, I could understand where Pete's coming from if you felt as though you was being aggrieved. But as you say, it comes down to poor scouting, and maybe you need to look at your staff and say, well, we're not recruiting the right people. If there's a video game which isn't attached to any real financial gain other than the sale of a product, and they are doing a better job
for other people.
Yeah, you know, if they're doing a better job at what I do, then frankly, it's embarrassing, and that, you know, the change needs to be made within the club. Going out and suing them and trying to take that away from them is not the correct way of doing it.
No, and as I say, and you said, you know, if it's not solely available, not solely available for Watford or for Everton, it's available for everyone. Man United every year have their input.
Yeah, so precisely. Yeah, you know, they have to submit data just the same as every other club. So you can't. I don't know. It feels like you're having your cake and eat it almost, isn't it? You know, it don't work like that.
You know, if it, you know, I'd have a little bit more understanding if it was underhand, and none of the teams ever got any access to any of the stuff or had the opportunity to have input.
Yeah,
but that's not the case either. They all input into it. So yeah, beggars belief. Honestly, I have no idea why on earth they are thinking about doing it.
No, it's daft. It's fucking. It's just stupid. It's frankly stupid. I mean, as you say, it's poor press, and I don't see what they've got to gain from it. They've got nothing to gain, other than the use of the crest if they were to win, if they use the crest in the game. And how is that enforcing the integrity of Manchester United? How is that increasing revenue? How is that building a better image for the club? Because no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Nope.
It's a fucking video game.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. It is. At the end of the day, it is a computer game. It's a game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a game.
You know, we we all love taking Reading back to the Premier League, sitting sixth in the table, winning the Carabao Cup, beating Man City in the final 2-0 after 2 seasons in charge. But it's a game.
Exactly. I mean, I'm very proud that I got Eton FC into Europe, mate. I've done better than you, Neil.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah, you play on Saturdays, mate. You played on Saturdays. I can get Eton FC to play on Saturdays. They're a Sunday team, mate. To be fair,
my next
I
save
can
now.
guarantee over the last year. I can guarantee over the last year, most of our team have been in Europe.
Yeah. Fair comment. Fair comment. Matt, playing devil's advocate, it's still Manchester United intellectual property. Correct. It is correct. Yeah, I'd give you that. All that data, all of that information is Manchester United's product, but you don't hand it over and then go, change my mind. Can I have it back? You know, I think you know, it's a similar situation as to what I'm faced with Twitch. There's contractual obligations, and once you agree to those contracts, you can't just turn around and go, "Nah, actually, do you know what? It doesn't really work for me." You know, it's
yeah,
yeah, it's not how it works. So, you know, and I'm sure the guys at Football Manager aren't they're savvy enough to have put the right clauses in there, the right word in that will, you know, debunk whatever it is that Manchester United are trying to create.
Yeah, I mean, we bear in mind. I mean, Man United have been around for years and years and years, but the people who are running this game have been running it the same length of time, not actually no longer than the Premier League's been around.
Yeah.
So they've been running it longer than any of our goals in our goal competition.
Exactly.
Because I think the first Championship Manager was 89-90 season, and then you only had the top flight teams, and then you had Championship Manager Italia and Championship Manager La Liga and Bundesliga, where you only had the top divisions in each, and they were add-on packs. These were all for like the Atari ST and the Amiga.
I had a game in 95, 96. I can't remember what.
Yep.
I think that was a Championship Manager, though. To be fair, yeah, I think it might.
That would have been. Yeah, because Football just started in 2001.
It was amazing though. It's still one of my favourite games. Like just visually, I remember just being encapsulated by it because like the interface was it was like the office building of the football club, and it was like cut in half. So you saw into like the boardroom and the training room, and then you had like the match room and the transfer room. It was great. I remember desperately trying to sign Julian Joachim and just never getting him.
Yeah, that probably would have been Championship Manager 3.
Yeah.
And then you had 97, 98 was the next one. And that was when it properly kicked in on a year-on-year basis.
Yeah. So, I mean, would a resolution for Manchester United to agree that Football Manager can use the name and use the crest? Is that...
Say that again, sorry?
So, can Manchester United not just say, well, you know, we agree to you using the crest and the name?
Well, that's the next thing, but then they'd probably charge a lot of money for the copyright of it.
I suppose this is where they're getting at. They want to charge a premium then, don't they? Regardless, say it's a win-win situation from their lawyer's point of view.
Yeah. I mean, Dealbreaker's gone on with, it's the same as Pez, having Man Red and Man Blue. No, completely agree.
Yep.
They do still have the official players in it.
Yep.
And only a few of them are licensed. FIFA calling Juventus Pimento Calcio. And again, on they're Zebra on Football Manager now.
Yep. Yeah, because they've got exclusive rights to one of the other games, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's all swings and roundabouts. I just my main issue with it is Pez have never used the real club names until they've got the licensing and things like that.
Yep. My
main issue with this is Football Manager have consistently provided the information to Manchester United, to all of the clubs, and it has never been an issue until now. And actually, it's easily changed because, as I say, Juventus said, actually, no, you can't have the rights to it. Can you stop using it? And they said, okay, we'll call you Zebra next year.
End of. Yep.
Everybody still knows who the hell it is because it's all the players linked to it.
Yep.
But it just defeats the object. At the end of it, and especially from the point of view of there's an editor option on there. So all that'll happen is they'll take it off, and then someone will very quickly build a skin, even if it doesn't have the badges, which will rename all the players straight away.
Yep, as you say, straight in there. But isn't this because Football Manager have the Premier League licensing rather than the individual teams? Good question. Could be. Yeah, I like I say,
They've got the PFA.
I'm not boned up on this like Neil is.
No, they've got the PFA, which is why they've got all the official players in there.
Oh, okay.
Who's licensing? They've got the Premier League because it's referred to as the Premier League on there, and I'm pretty sure it's got the badge as well.
According
Champions
to
League.
Matt, FM don't have any licenses for the Premier League. None of the crests or competition names are used. Watford, is Watford on there because they're sponsored by Football Manager? I know, like FM, it's all of the league's badges that they have.
All of the official names are on there, and the grounds and everything else. There's nothing untoward there. So
yeah, I thought Watford were.
They may have the Premier League, but it's the FA Cup, it's the Carabao Cup, but then you've got the Champions Cup instead of the Champions League.
Yep.
You've got the Euro Vars instead of Europa League.
Yeah.
Or it's now Euro 2, I think. Euro Cup 2 instead of Europa League. So these things are all there, but yeah.
It's all a much of a
exception.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It is. And as I say, they'll go to great lengths to sue them. It'll get thrown out because they'll just be told to change it at the next issue, and then they'll bring it back in again, and then they'll just change it over.
The Fuode coming in with the absolute clarification on our point as we round it up. It goes like this: we've got a margin gap. How do we close it? All ideas on a post-it, and you probably got fucking Dick Whatsit, the guy that looks like a waggling dick on legs, probably sat there going, "That's a great idea." Whatever his name is, fucking Woodward. Is it Woodward?
Which Glazier? Oh, him. Oh God, yeah, Ed Woodward.
That fucking cockwomble. So he's probably sitting there going, "That's a fucking great idea. We'll sue a video game." So it wouldn't surprise me. And then he'll probably want to sign all the scouts that work for fucking Football Manager because he's that fucking thick. So what a dick.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Without realising that 90% of the scouts who work for Football Manager are football fans. They're not official scouts. So
exactly. The fucking knobber. Okay. So
there's no option at the bottom of the page where you can say become an inside helper. So when you log on to FM, there's an icon at the bottom that says become an inside helper, where you can help moderate the things, add in players to their next update if you've got ideas of who plays where. Brilliant.
So shall we maybe on that note, Neil, shall we maybe all of us, every single one of us, become one of these moderators, and we all just absolutely slash down all of Manchester United's stats on there, just go nah, he's no good.
Yeah.
Nah. Just in protest of the fucking stupidity of what they're trying to do. Yeah. It's just a little idea there.
And then
on a post-it note.
By that point in time, if it carries on, they won't send it to Manchester United anyway, and they'll be relegated.
The Fuode. I'm currently playing Premier Manager 99 on PlayStation 1 emulator. They should probably go after them too. Don't give Ed Woodward any more great ideas. So, just so I can only see my own comments. Bizarre. Okay. Everyone, I hope this doesn't sound the wrong way, but if you haven't already, could you please follow this page instead of the Sean himself page? If you intend to stick around here for the football chat, just purely because we've obviously had to separate the two pages, and I don't want you guys to miss out. You'll obviously receive all the notifications of when we're going live, and you're not going to get all the annoying notifications of when the drum's going live if you're not into watching the music side of things whilst you're busy working during the day. Okay, Neil, we've got some exciting stuff coming up, my friend. It's nearly goals time, boy.
Oh yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up. I've moved on to Harbour.
Oh, Harbour. Oh, so Harbour. Oh, yes.
Harbour. It's a nice little 4% volume. It's brewed in North Cornwall, so I'm expecting it to have a pasty aftertaste.
Yeah, where's Shrevey when we need him? He's the king of the pasties.
Apparently, UK chief medical officers recommend adults do not regularly exceed men 3 to 4 units. I've not had any men lately, so let alone 3 to 4 units of them.
Be honest, Neil. Come on, mate. You've been guzzling more than beer, haven't you?
Maybe one. Just one. Just one.
That's worrying because I'm pretty sure I'm the only bloke you've seen since lockdown, so that's worrying.
And Andy.
So, moving swiftly on.
When in Norfolk, mate. When in Norfolk.
But we're in Norfolk, but we're not Norfolk.
No, that's true. My main concern about this is this advice from the UK chief medical officer, and I don't really trust what he's telling me on a regular basis at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So, bollocks.
Does he work for Manchester United?
Man United are probably trying to sue him. Lost the revenue from Premier League being called off.
Benno, thank you for the follow, my friend. It is massively appreciated. Okay, so we're going to move on to the goals. The ultimate goal of the Premier League era. We carried out the draw last Monday. So a week ago today. Few owed. Thank you very much for the follow. Massively appreciated. Thank you, my friend. So we carried out the draw. It will be it's a round of 16 we're into. It's not the quarterfinal like I thought it was. So we've got the round of 16. So we've got 4 ties for you tonight, and then there'll be a further 4 on Thursday. Pete, thanks for the follow, buddy. Well in there, my man. So we're going to
any more, Pete?
Sorry.
No excuses from Pete anymore. You'll get the notifications.
Oh, he's a good lad. We need him in here. He's our referee, so we need you here, Pete. So we're going to show you 4 ties tonight, so 8 goals in total. As if you've not been here for any of these, well, hey, Granty B in the house. Welcome, my friend. You've joined just in time. If you have not joined for any of the goal votes yet, back on Sean himself, what we do is we're going to show you 2 goals. We'll show you one, and then we'll show you the next one. Once we've shown you both, we're going to ask you to vote for which one is your favourite, which goal you think is better, in your opinion. Not what everyone else says, not what I say, not what Neil says. What you think is the better goal. What we'll do is we're not going to make you make a snap decision. We're going to show you the 2 goals. You're going to have 2 or 3 minutes to have a think what you decide is the better one. And then me and Neil are just going to have a look over both goals and tell us what we think about it and have a little bit of our opinions on things, okay? Is everyone okay with that? Has anyone got any questions? All of the votes are across the Facebook and the Twitch. And what we'll do is we'll count them up once we've shown you all the goals and when we're ready to sort of drop the flag and call it a quits once we make sure everyone's got their votes in. Is everyone okay with that? Has anyone got any questions? If you want to get your questions in, any queries, anything, if you're unsure of anything, if you don't have to remember names, you can just say goal 1 or goal 2. It's as simple as that. We just want you to tell us which goal you think is better. Okay? From that, whoever wins will then move on to the next round into our quarterfinals, which will then be drawn after, Thursday show, I guess, Neil, won't we, buddy?
After Thursday show, it will be, yes.
So we're going to show you 4 ties tonight, 4 ties on Thursday, and then we're going to have our quarterfinal draw on Thursday night. Okay. As I say, is there any questions? Anyone want to speak up? Now's your time.
While everyone is having a think of if there's a question, just to clarify again for people who have missed, these goals were, we appreciate that there are some absolute bangers over the Premier League era that have not been included. Unfortunately, we did not have time to go through the 10,000 goals that or plus that have been scored to pick out our preferred 32. So we took the winners of the BBC Goal of the Season award for the winner every year, which gave us 27 goals. And then on the night that it was agreed we were going to do it, there was 3 people who piped up with their choice of goals. they were added to the list, and then Sean and myself added the final 2 to give us a nice round 32 to be able to get it down and down and down and down.
Mm-hmm.
So we have seen some good goals go out already.
Some great
because
goals.
Of the draw, and they were drawn against. Yeah, they were drawn. We have seen some, bang average goals go through because they were drawn against some shit one. So and it looks as though there could be the same. There could be a not great goal in the semis or quarters and maybe semis, but in the end, they will come up against a team or against a player who will nullify them and wipe them off the face of the earth, and we will not have a shit goal win.
Definitely not. Guys, if you make the shit goal win, I'm going to message a fart in a bottle to each one of your houses, because that's just not on. We're not going to get no Jack Wilshere shitty stinky goal win in our competition. Neil, actually, while we're on this point, guys, once again, if please, any questions, anything, say it now or forever hold your peace, because we want a nice smooth show here. If there's anyone watching on Facebook, please just shout out. Make sure we're nice and connected on there, and you're ready, and you can put your vote in. I don't want to miss any votes. I had some extremely exciting news this afternoon, Neil. Once I got off my stream, I had an email from Amazon to inform me that the trophy for the Champions League winner is arriving tomorrow.
To you?
To me.
And then it goes off to Manchester City.
To our mate Pep. I'm gonna mail it out to him at the end of the week. How exciting is that?
By doing this, he may well then leave when the season's over, because he can now say that he has won the Champions League.
Neil, now's not a good time to say that you rigged the game so that he would leave.
Bye, Pep. No, I did not rig anything. Yeah.
You tugged something, but you didn't rig it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
just
winner of this,
go on.
The winner of this goal competition will equally have a trophy sent out to them. It will
no expenses spared on this show, boys and girls. No expenses spared, all right?
No. They will have a trophy sent out to them. And what we are hoping for is, if it's someone who's not a douchebag, that we will get a returned photo, maybe even a mini video clip of them celebrating with their trophy. That's the dream.
That's the dream. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, there will be a nice little letter to go with said trophy. Okay, so I'm extremely excited about that. That was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed last Thursday's show, and being able to provide a trophy for the Champions League winner. So I'm extremely excited about that. Lorenzo's in the house. Lorenzo, what a boy! Great to see you on here, buddy. Great to see you on here, just in time for the goals. So, boys and girls, without further ado, we're going to press on. We're going to show you the first matchup for tonight. But before we do that, Neil, would you be kind enough just to garnish everyone with the goals that we are going to be seeing tonight and the ties that we'll be asking you guys to vote on?
I will indeed. So, the goals tonight will be Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal versus Newcastle, heading off against Cristiano Ronaldo's free kick for Manchester United versus Portsmouth.
Good old Chris Ronald.
Chrissy Ron. We will have Matthew God Letitia for Southampton versus Newcastle, heading off against Dalian Atkinson for Aston Villa versus Wimbledon, the very first ever Premier League goal of the season winner. We will have Vincent Kompany for Manchester City versus Leicester, against Maynor Figueroa for Wigan against Stoke. We will have Tony Yeboah for Leeds versus Wimbledon, against Yusuf Safri for Norwich versus Newcastle.
Like that one. I'm looking
You'll
forward to
see
that.
a trend in this as well, guys, that Newcastle and Wimbledon and Portsmouth have tended to concede some bangers.
So if you're thinking of getting a season ticket for next season, we recommend any one of those three. Actually, you could make that four because you've got the MK Dons, haven't you? So like that, like that,
Actually, we'll get MK Dons and no, that's it there.
like
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
like it.
what?
Oh, Lorenzo, man, you got to stop being such a sweetheart. You really are. You're a sweet guy. Okay, so guys and girls, this is how it's going to play out. We're going to show you the two videos. We're going to ask you to cast your votes, and then we'll show you the videos back and forth whilst you're getting your votes in. Okay. So we hope you're ready for the first tie, and Pete is very confident, very confident. He's believing that this is going to be the goal of the night by the sounds of it. So, first tie, Dennis Bergkamp's goal against Newcastle. So we'll just see it for a few different angles. See the goal properly. Okay. So that goal goes up against this goal. Oh no, Neil! I think we're going to get sued here, mate. We just showed we got Manchester United's logo on our show. Oh no.
Oh
well.
AIG said it's fine.
Jokes on them, mate. They can have some air freshener and I don't know, whatever this is. They can have that, but that's all I've got.
Fine. Really. I spoke to someone from AIG earlier today, mate. They were fine.
I'll tell you what, actually, Neil. Whilst I've got this in my hand, it's a good time to show you this air freshener because this is the most aggressive air freshener you've ever seen in your life. Watch this. Look. Fucking hell. See that? Blow your fucking hand off.
Don't put your hand in front of it then, mate. What are you trying to deodorize your hand for?
You don't know what I've done with that hand.
Wash it. Deodorize it.
Quick, Neil, moving on.
That doesn't get the feeling off.
Oh, bloody hell. Run out of toilet paper earlier. Okay, guys and girls, back to serious matters. So those are the two goals. We are asking you to tell us which is the better goal. Which one is a better goal? Which one are you voting for? Get your votes in now. Like it, Benno? Good lad. Guys, so while you're getting your votes in, me and Neil are just going to have another quick look. I want to get Neil's opinion on some of these goals. We talked about this quite feverishly, I know. Certainly the Bergkamp goal, I maybe was a bit overzealous in my opinion that I don't think he initially meant the first touch, which made it so majestic. What's your opinion on that, Neil? What do you think, mate? Do you think that when that ball comes bobbling into him, he has meant that touch, which that sort of flicks it around the corner?
Do you know what? I'm still in two minds. I think he's meant to flick it round, but I don't think he's got anywhere near as much on it.
Yeah.
As he wants to.
Yeah.
I think as he's done it, he's hoping to get a lot more spin on that ball, so that when it then from there, when it is spun, it's not he's had to wrestle past Dabadas as opposed to the ball bouncing and spinning back towards him.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, when we sort of look at it from the overview, let's see if we can get it at the right moment here. I think he's tried to, as you say, get the ball into this area over here when that ball's come in. I think it's just, I said it before, I think this is really quite I said it was a poor pass, but I don't think it's a poor pass. I think it's a really tricky pass to deal with. Pires has had to hit it at pace, and therefore it's caused it to kind of jiggle along the ground. So as you watch it coming in, it's hopping and skipping all over the place. And anyone who's obviously controlled of football knows that they're really easy to take your eye off of that, even if you're a Premier League footballer. So I think here
You've seen
Bergkamp
it go under someone's foot multiple times.
all the time. So say when Bergkamp's taken
Yeah.
that touch, I think he's tried to get in to this sort of space here, whether he can get a shot away with his right foot, or really, I mean, look at this huge space here. He's then got an option here out wide. You know, I think that's what he's tried to do, but what he's done exceptionally, which I know we both agree on, is react within an instant to turn it into a goal. You can see here, I think we said when you see it from the other angle, this one here, you can sort of see he's turned looking this way. He doesn't even know where the ball is at this moment. It's not until he's managed to lock eyes onto it here that he's understood where the ball is, and he's able to manufacture a goal out of it.
So, someone said the other week he's looking. Someone said the other week he was looking at the goalkeeper, giving the goalkeeper the eyes.
No.
You don't give the goalkeeper the eyes before you're anywhere near the ball.
Yeah.
He's looking around initially, thinking the ball should have bounced in front of him, and it hasn't. He's then, and don't get me wrong, he's outmuscled Dabadas, who wasn't weak. He wasn't great as a defender, but he wasn't weak.
No, he wasn't weak.
And he's outmuscled him and managed to get his whole body all the way round to shape and then roll the ball past the keeper. I think out of this, the best bit he's done is it's not the flick. Yeah, it's not the flick. It's the way he's managed to muscle Dabadas out of the way and then get his whole body around the ball and stroke it in the corner.
This, like I say,
he's not looking at the keeper. He's not giving the keeper the eyes.
No, not in any way. I mean, I was going to say, you look at Bergkamp's face throughout the whole time from this angle. He doesn't even look where the goal is, apart from there. And even then, I think he's just looking around trying to get eyes on the ball. I don't think he's looking at the keeper trying to give him the eyes whatsoever, because he doesn't even know where the pissing ball is. So, yeah, I don't. He's not giving the eyes there. I think it's just a magical goal. I think it's incredible improvisation, you know, more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Neil.
And I think just to say a little bit more, I think when you see it initially and the ball comes into him, he looks like he's set himself up to bring the ball in.
Yep.
And it's skipped up just in front of him, and he knows he's not going to be able to fully control it or do what he wants to do with it. And as you say, he's improvised. He's got that flick around the corner because he doesn't have huge amount of other options.
Yep.
And then he showed incredible strength and reactions and a position of his body to get around the ball.
Yep.
And quickness of thought to be that composed and stroke it in. So many guys, so many players, Premier League players, international players would have muscled Dabadas and then tried to lash it with their left foot.
Precisely, yeah. Yeah, lost their composure. For me, the whole thing, the most impressive thing is his finish and the ability to just, at that time when he, you know, just to stroke it past the keeper and just put the ball in the back of the net. And me and you, Neil, you know, both know being in front of goal, it's never as easy as it looks, but he made it look so easy. Ronaldo's free kick, it's another magical goal, Neil. It's got technique, it's got placement, it's kind of got a bit of everything. But is it fair to say that there's equally as much fortune in this, just by the way that the ball is struck?
No, because you see him strike it numerous times like that. I think it was the thing that set him apart at that point in time. He was becoming that world-class player. He was getting better and better and better every year, every game. And then this is just one of those things where you see that and you're like, you can't stop that.
No, you can't.
You cannot stop that.
You can't stop
and
it.
It's like, I mean, David James is a big goalkeeper. He's 6'4", 6'5". At the point in time, he was sort of top of his game. He was very agile. He looks at that, and it's past him. He can't move. He knows. He's beaten all ends up. He doesn't even give it like the hopeful dive or the camera dive. Yeah. It is a fantastically struck free kick. I don't think it's better than the Bergkamp goal.
No, I don't think it is. No, I'd agree. Matt, I appreciate you think it's a shocking call, mate, but I think when you really look at it, I think he doesn't. I'm sorry, he doesn't mean that touch. What he's had to do there is he's had to improvise, and we've all done it as players. And do you know what? If Bergkamp turned around and said he knew what he was doing there, mate, his nose would be grown. I can't. I don't believe it for 1 minute. I think actually, if
He
anything,
knows
to say that he meant that is discrediting his ability as a footballer to work based on instinct, in my opinion.
what he's meant is to flick it around the corner of Dabazas and to get the other side of Dabazas and put the ball in the net.
Yep.
In which case, he's done it.
Yep.
He's done that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, we're not in any way are we saying it is any less of of an incredible goal. For me, it makes it all the more incredible that he's had to act upon, a circumstance of the game where you have a split second to react to what the ball does. For me, if a Sunday League player says that, I would agree. No, I am a Sunday League player, so I hope you agree with me.
I could have done that. I would have done naffle else for the whole game.
I was going to say, I just don't think. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, and Matt, do you know what? That's once again, I appreciate you saying it's a shocking call, mate, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to say what we think, and to be fair, I'm trying to take Graham Souness's seat at Sky Sports. So, quickly moving on. By the looks, mate, Neil, we're not even going to count these, mate. It wasn't.
I don't think Ronnie got a vote, did he?
He didn't get a vote, mate. Clean sweep, son.
Yeah, fair.
George is not here, so he can't even vote for his own goals. So serves him right. He was the one that forced me to buy the shirt. Toodaloo. Karma has been served.
Yeah, and to be fair, and I think just to go back onto Matt saying, at no point, I mean, we both appreciate it. It's a fantastic goal by Bergkamp. We're not discrediting it. We're just analysing it as much as we can. Yeah, analysing it as much as we can in the way we see it. But it is still, no matter what, it's a fantastic goal. Ronaldo's is a fantastic free kick, but Bergkamp's is still better. So
it's still better. Yeah, no, absolutely. For me, the better goal was gone through there. So I can't complain, and I'm glad we, this is my favourite thing about the show, Neil, is being able to share our opinions on this, mate, whether people agree or disagree. So
definitely.
So actually, Matt, thank you for speaking up, mate, and challenging us. I respect it and appreciate it. Okay, Neil, are you ready to move on, mate?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is okay. So, boys and girls, apart from the beer, this is Neil's favourite bit of the evening. By the way, sorry, Dennis, watching on Facebook. Thank you for getting your vote in. Much appreciated, mate. I just wanted to shout you out because the Facebook tends to be a bit quiet with the votes, so I just wanted to throw a little thank you your way. Okay. Neil, is this fair to say this is your favourite of the competition?
Well, this is my favourite head-to-head. But the thing is, part of me would be happy with either one of these two going through, but I think just because of the amount of times he's done that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool.
Okay. Goal number one, boys and girls. This is goal number one.
Matthew Le Tissier, Le God versus Newcastle. That was when Newcastle had a decent defence as well.
Okay. Goal number one. It faces off against.
Decent. Never decent.
It faces off against this. So we're going to show you both goals, and then we're going to ask you to vote with which one you think is better, whilst me and Neil run the rule over both of them. We don't need to see all of this, do we? Get on with it. There we go.
Yeah. Go on, son. Go on, son. Whoops.
He knows it, doesn't he?
And here comes another great bit. This is a man with a brolly.
Oh, I love that bit. That's my favourite bit of this goal.
Man with a brolly.
that's honestly, that's my favourite bit. I love that. Okay, so those are the two goals we're going to ask you. Letizier's, I mean, there's magic. Letizier's magic against Newcastle, or Atkinson's accuracy against Wimbledon. Oh, I'm good at this, Neil. See, I tell you now, mate. Fucking old Souness, mate. Quaking in his boots, son.
Daly. Daly.
Like
It
it?
wasn't Tony Daly.
Tom Daly.
Daly and Atkinson. Tom Daly.
How can we not vote for Lorenzio? Everyone has their opinion, my friend, and that's why we've done this. Otherwise, me and Neil would just give it to Letitia straight out, mate. The whole trophy. But
yeah, I mean,
can't do that.
Bergkamp wouldn't even be in it anymore.
No. No, well, it was. I don't know.
Just would have had the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Neil, okay. Why do you love this goal so much, mate?
Well, do you know why I love this goal so much? Is because in here it's number 5, ranked 5th of Matt Letizier's best goals.
Yeah.
If that's not a reason why not to love it, I don't know what is. It's the run through, but it's the fact that the pass to him was crap. Was it a pass? No, it was a header out, wasn't it?
No, it was a lob up and then like a knockback, wasn't it? Let's just go back to
I'm just trying to see because it's jittery on yours. So I'm trying to see it on. I'm going to put it on. This is Newcastle. Don't mind me. I'll be here for a little while. And bring me the tissues. Yeah, nod back. Crap pass. Crap pass, and look what he's done with. And it's exactly what we were then saying about the Bergkamp goal a minute ago. It's the fact that he does it, and then it's the calmness to roll it past the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The only thing I dislike about that is what I've said before. What a crap manager. Oh.
Okay, so
that's a sexy top.
Before Neil has to go change his underwear, let's have another look at the Atkinson goal. I've got it at the moment 4-3 in favour of Letitia. So if anyone hasn't got their votes in, get your votes in now. Because.
But again, you can't discredit the Daly and Atkinson goal.
No way.
The fact that he picks it up against Wimbledon and every player who goes to tackle him doesn't go and tackle him. They go to try and break him.
Yeah, they do. They just lump him. I mean, his poor goalkeeping is the kind of only negative.
Yeah, goalkeeper gets caught in no man's land.
But here, shrugs 1 off, shrugs 2 off, shrugs 3 off, shrugs 3 off again. And he does just try to take him out. Yeah.
From here, the goalkeeper, from my point of view, Daly and Atkinson, I've seen Daly and Atkinson play when I was a kid watching him. He went to Villa and he spent chunks of time crocked.
Yeah.
So Wimbledon trying to boot him doesn't surprise me because, to be fair, it's probably one of the best options they had. But I think it's Hans Sager's in goal. Hans Sager's in goal. And I mean, let's be fair, he liked to bung. He liked to throw a game. But
no comment.
If you watch Atkinson, from the moment he's picked up the ball, he's driven at players and past players. So when he gets to the edge of the area, the goalkeeper's taken a couple of steps off his line, thinking, well, there's a massive gap there. He's going to knock that through the gap, drive on after it, and I've closed the angle.
Yeah.
He's not expecting Atkinson to try and then dink him from 20 yards.
No, not in any way. I mean, you wouldn't, let's be honest, after doing all of that. No. Especially when he's got... sorry, let's just take it back a second there. When you look, he's got a lovely pass out here, out wide. I mean, you know, you'd be screaming at him to stick the ball out there so he can get in the box, but...
And equally, you think that potentially that could be why the goalkeeper's come off his line a bit, because if that goes wide, that defender who stood next to Atkinson goes off to the winger, and Atkinson's then got a clean run in for a slide pull back.
Precisely.
So many different options and things there, but it is completely out of the norm. It's such a delicate dink. After getting booted and running that far, for a striker, it's a good one. It's an absolute peach.
Neil?
It looked like it's 4-4.
By my count, it's 4-4.
Yep.
Is there anyone watching who's not got their vote in? Because this could be the
we've got 9 viewers on Twitch.
Yeah. not to mention obviously the Facebook. So, is there anyone watching who's not cast a vote? Because we've got a bit of a stalemate here, and ultimately it comes down to who you are voting for. If we do end up as a stalemate, it comes down to mine and Neil's casting judgment on it. So if there's a goal that you prefer and you've not got your vote in yet, we don't want yours to go out based on what we think. This is ultimately phone a friend, yeah, 50-50.
Vote for the people.
Yeah, it's a vote for the people. It's not about, the whole reason we've done this is so that you guys tell us what you think is the best goal. Not because we could sit here and pick, like I say, we could sit here and said Letitia's goal was the best, but you know, can we see Letitia's best goal while we wait for another? I'm pretty sure it was his Blackburn goal, wasn't it, Neil? That's the one that which got voted.
I think, I don't know if it's the one. I don't know if that was the one that got his number one goal, but it was definitely that. That's one of my most memorable and one of my favourites.
I mean, we can just sit and watch a bit of Letitia, mate.
The fact that, I mean, the fact that we said Letitia, there's 32 goals here, and Letitia could have quite easily took up half of the spaces.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Anyone that's not voted, get your voting. Get your voting. Otherwise, me and Neil are going to call it. The man was just a phenomenon, man. He was just a phenomenon.
He was. Something like a phenomenon.
This is the goal, obviously, that's we're asking for you guys to...
yeah, that we've just been voting on, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
and that one didn't win goal of the season.
No, it didn't. No, exactly. That was your pick, buddy. Yeah, the goal versus Liverpool was better than Newcastle one. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree.
The goal against Blackburn is better than the Newcastle one.
Yeah, yeah, which we'll see in a minute.
Yeah,
this was in the same game. Scored two absolute humdingers. This that's a beautiful goal. That is. Oh, Neil. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Which one wins this for you? Is there any shout for Dalian winning this one?
Oh, of course there's a shout. Yeah, he's done it. I think one of the big things on this is, they've both done it before there was stupid amounts of money in the Premier League. The pitches are not great. They've both shown great strength. Oh, this one flicked up for the volley.
Yeah, it's a great goal. It's just a great goal.
What a goal. But yeah, I think there's a great shout for Atkinson. I think his goal is great technical, and I think it's the finish that is unexpected.
Yeah,
it's not a standard finish from Atkinson.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a shock to the system. The driving run past the defenders and that was standard, but the finish wasn't.
No,
and I think that's the shout, because because the Letitia's goal is the sort of thing you expect on a regular basis.
Yeah, as I say,
but I think
we're seeing it time and time again right now, aren't we? But I mean, as I say, for me,
just a consistent.
Yeah, I if you was to ask me which goal is better, it'd be Letitia's goal, just purely because just the touch and, as you say, and the finish, everything about it. I mean,
he's made the most of a bad pass in the first instance.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a piece of individual brilliance, which, I mean, you can't not say about Atkinson as well. But yeah, as I say, that is where it's tricky. But and just, and it'd be a shame for Letitia not to go through based on the consistency of his brilliance too. In some of the goals we've seen. So. I feel like Atkinson's goal is more impressive because it uses more attributes than Letitia's. On aesthetics, it's Letitia. So, yeah, I agree. I think in this one we're buggered if we do, we're buggered if we don't. But I feel
Yeah,
as though the Letitia goal is just a. It's not only. I don't know. I think it's a more iconic goal as well. It has more stature about it than Atkinson's.
I think it's also when from mine and your point of view as well. When we were talking a couple of weeks ago on the
Yeah.
show around what we think makes a very good player,
Mm.
all of the things that make a very good player is encompassed in the um is encompassed in the Letizia goal.
Yeah.
All of the things we said are the basis of a youngster to sign for a big club in the hope they can train him to
Yeah.
be a good player. It's the Atkinson goal. It's pace
Yeah.
and power and strength,
Mm.
and then you hope you can train the other attributes.
Yeah.
Letitia's ones that you can't train
No,
that.
you can't train it.
That's
Yeah.
all. That's instinct. It's all instinct.
Yeah.
That first touch to flick it from behind himself
Mm.
to be able to move forward with the ball.
Mm.
The two flicks over the defenders where he's barely even looking at who the defenders are around him.
Mm.
And then he's
Yeah.
just rolled it into the corner. You can see how bad the pitch is because of the bobble when he rolls it into the corner.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the very first time we've had a stalemate like this, but as providing you're happy, Neil, I'm happy to side on Letitia on this one.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm just reading
Okay.
Pete's thing.
Yeah.
Disagree. I think Letitia uses a good amount of strength and power.
Um.
He doesn't brush off a challenge. He doesn't do anything in his goal.
No. Whereas, as you say, Atkinson's having to batter his way through, past players and sort of fight his way almost to get
Yeah.
there. So, um, not to say Letitia can't do that, but yeah,
No,
I think
he
that goal
did
in
do it.
particular is once again it goes back to the Bergkamp thing. Letitia's goal is instinct. It is individual. Um, just it's one of those goals that only players like those can make those goals. In my opinion, you can't train for that sort of thing. It comes down to pure instinct, and you either got it or you haven't.
Yeah, you never go into a training session and say, I want to practice scoring a goal
Mm.
after, yeah, I want to practice scoring a goal after you've played me a really shit pass.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
No, as you say,
Because the
it
other
comes down to
player's going to
instinct.
go, well, hold on a minute. Why would you want to train for me giving you a shit pass?
Yeah,
What
precisely.
are you trying to say? It
Okay.
wouldn't happen. So,
Moving on. We're going to take a very quick 60-second break, if that's okay, because I need a comfort break before we move on with the final
to
two
the gents.
rounds. Yes. So we'll move on to the last two ties of the evening. Neil, did you want to sit and talk about your beer, or would you like to take a break as well?
Let's leave the screen on for a second. I need to take a break, but my toilet is closer than yours, marginally.
Bastard.
Um,
Or it's just your
marginally.
empty glass.
Yeah. I got myself a shiwi.
Like it. So guys, if
Just leave it attached.
if you want to do us a little favour, if you want to tell your friends just to join for the next 20 minutes or so, then and help us on our goal vote, we'd be most appreciative because it means a lot to us to get these votes in. Do you know what? Doing that last one, I feel quite dirty, and I'm glad I'm taking a quick break because I don't like having to make a decision on something.
For us to vote.
Yeah, we're putting this to you, and it feels a bit unfair for us to make a decision on that. So once again, it's okay. It sounds like we're trying to promote
Especially
it,
as
and
I
we're
always
trying
leave
to
hours later.
get people in, but we want the goal that you guys think are the best to win, not what we think is the best, because what we think, as we already established in the first tie, is at times controversial. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to give you the best part of, as I say, about 60 seconds, and then we're going to be back with the next two ties. Welcome back, guys. Both myself and Neil are
Return
now
of the badge.
Yeah,
Empty.
we're now empty, ready to rock on for the next two ties. Is everyone ready to
So just,
come?
I just want to see. So the few owed. I just want to double check. Who did you vote for in that vote? Sean, can you just scroll and have a double check on who Dan voted for?
Dalian, yeah.
No, in which case, no, you can't make the decision next time. You can't be trusted.
No, that one was a tough one. Honestly, of
It
all
was.
the ties, I can understand how it ended up a tie, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Do you know what though? You got to think that Tis is like arguably one of the best scorer of goals in Premier League history, and he's been drawn against the first ever goal of the season winner in Dalian Atkinson, and his other goal. He went through, and it was a bit tight. Who did he go through? That goal went through against Jack Wilshere's Arsenal goal against West Brom.
Yeah.
And Letizier's other goal in it came up against the Dennis Bergkamp goal against Newcastle. Yeah. So I mean, Letizier has been well and truly stitched. On the beer front, Neil, if you're ever visiting Reading, then you need to grab a beer at Rebellion Brewery. Whereabouts is that in Reading?
You can buy them. I'm pretty sure you can buy them.
Whereabouts is it? Yeah. But you know, if you go to the brewery, fresh from the tap, mate. I always say, drink it straight from the tap.
Fall in the vat, mate. You just catch me swimming in it.
Yeah, we've renamed this one Taste Marlow. Of Sean. I was in Marlow. It's just outside of Reading. Yeah, cool.
I know Marlow.
That's cool. I know Marlow. Buckinghamshire.
Yep, my home. It's where I'm from.
Near your home. What, Marlow?
Well, I'm from Chesham.
You're not from Marlow?
No, I'm not from Marlow. No,
yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
Which, because Marlow's like Wickham way, isn't it? Am I thinking Marlow? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, that direction. Yeah. You get 3 points when you go. Well, that's worth the train ticket alone.
What? 3 points? What?
That's.
All right, I get the train line on my phone. Cool. Yeah. Right, Neil, what are you doing for the rest of the week, mate?
Why the hell did we go to London? Why did you go to London for your stag do? We could have.
I didn't plan it, mate. I didn't.
Of course, yeah, you're in Maidenhead, aren't you? You're in Maidenhead. Yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Bit of a blast in the past.
Yeah, I remember. I thought you'd gone closer into London now, but obviously not. Maidenhead, it still is.
Right. Okay. Is everyone ready for some more goals? Cool. Some more goals. We want to see goals. Eat my goal. Everyone ready? Everyone ready to get your votes in? Everyone sat at your keyboard.
Vincent Kompany versus Maynor Figueroa.
Oh, okay, I tell you what, this is this is shit. So we'll just zip through it. Neil, I don't even want to look back and review these, to be honest. So.
No, we'll look back and review them.
No, I don't want to.
I've got plenty to say on these two goals.
I don't. There's our man. There he is.
I've got plenty to say. Soon to be celebrating with his Champions League trophy in his hand.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Lucky boy. Okay, so that goal faces off against this goal. So those are the two goals we're going to ask you to decide which one is your favourite. Is it Vincent Kompany or Maynor Figueroa? Okay, Neil, you've got plenty to say on this one, so crack on, son. Like I say, I've got nothing to say, mate. I don't really. I think those two are probably the weakest two in the whole competition. and unfortunately they face off against each other. So we've got to have one in our quarterfinals. But
they're the weakest two left in the competition. They weren't the weakest two in the competition because they beat 2 goals. I'm just looking at who they beat, and do you know what? The Figueroa one beating the Cisse goal for Newcastle against Chelsea. I still don't think Cisse meant it, but I'm looking at it from a technique point of view. I don't know. Anyway, so Vinny Company, poor defending. Everyone shouting, "Don't shoot!"
It is abysmal.
He has a shot.
It is okay, Neil.
It's a banner of a hit. I would say it's not great goalkeeping. It's near post, and he stood nowhere near his near post. What is he expecting Company to do? If he's expecting Company's getting closer and closer. He ends up about 25 yards out, 30 yards out. He's not going to release a little dink over the top for someone to run into. I don't know what the keeper's up to. The defence are all kind of looking at him going, he ain't going to hit that. He ain't going to hit that. He ain't going to hit that. And as he gets closer and closer, they go out to close him out. But it is a good hit. It is a very good hit. But yeah,
that's it, isn't it?
It's one goal of the season because it's the goal that won in the Premier League. It's goal won in that game, which then won in the Prem.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You know, these goals go through for those kind of reasons, but it's abysmal. It's abysmal defending. Look at where he picks the ball up here. Vardy could go over. He's got 3 midfielders in here. He's got 4 defenders, a wide player, and watch them all. They just say, "Yeah, go on then, mate." Not a single one of them.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them gets close to him.
Goes near.
Gets anywhere near him.
If that was a Sunday morning, I would have lost my shit. God knows what's going on for the Leicester defence. But
it's shocking.
Equally, from there,
is shocking. Oh, yep. Okay.
From there,
it's a great. It's like we said. It's a great hit. This angle. He shapes to shoot. Decides actually he doesn't sit very right, and he says, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have a go." Maguire doesn't cover himself in glory here because he just watches the ball fly past his shoulder.
Yeah.
And like you said, the
if he's not managed to put his head on it, he must have pulled his head away because that is one big head.
Yeah, it's a massive head. It's just I said, for me, it's a goal that was voted based on Manchester City winning the league, and it's got nothing to do with the actual goal itself.
But then equally, just to go back as well, so no one really on this is going to remember. Well, actually, Dennis will. But the goal the season before the Premier League started, the winner of the Goal of the Season award was Gary Lineker.
Yep.
And it was a tap-in, I think, from about 4 yards out.
Yeah.
It was a very good Tottenham move, but Lineker won it because he was leaving Tottenham that season to essentially go and retire in Japan.
Yeah.
And he was given it for being the greatest striker of England's best striker.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. But for me,
you get that every so often.
Yeah, as you say, the Figueroa goal. I mean, here I like how he's quite obviously seen here that everyone switched off.
Yeah, he's looked up, he's seen it. Everyone switched off, and he's gone. Do you know what? If I can get this hit hard enough,
referee's already said here. You know, who's that? That's our mate, isn't it? That's Coop's mate.
Is it? Is it Mike Dean?
Is that Coop's mate, Dean? Looks like it.
He's not that long ago.
Looks like him. Look at that little balding spot. And to be fair, he's gesticulating. Looks like Mike Dean.
Is he celebrating with the Wigan players though?
Yeah, that's Mike Dean. But no, he's obviously said here, once the ball's been played, look, he's on the go. He said, "Yep, you can play on." So Figueroa, for a moment, he's spotted the keeper off his line. Sorensen in goal.
Yep.
Who was no mug of a keeper. No mug of a keeper, but he's made him look amateur.
I completely agree with Pete. It is so opportunistic. It is very much so. He's looked up. He's seen the keepers off his line. He's seen everyone switched up. He's seen that there's no movement from his players or the opposition players, and he's absolutely banged one.
Yep.
Is it the best goal in this list?
No.
Nowhere near.
No.
Is it the best goal out of these two? Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Frankly, yes. Because he's not wearing a Manchester City shirt.
I think you look at. No, I bet he couldn't repeat it in another 10 attempts. I agree, but I bet Company couldn't either.
No, absolutely.
And that's the thing.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. But I mean, we could say
You
that
know,
same for nearly all of these goals, couldn't we? Is that they're just a moment of brilliance, and I hope you guys are as thankful as I am that we get to sit and watch these. For
Yep.
45 minutes or whatever, and just enjoy them and get to talk about them, because it's the best bit, by far the best bit. Okay, Neil, let's get on with this, buddy, because by the looks of it, we've only got one vote for Company.
It's a Figueroa home sweep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Pretty much a Figueroa home sweep.
Oh, Figgy. Getting figgy with it.
Fig.
Na na na
Figgy.
na 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 na. Getting figgy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Getting figgy with it. Okay.
Yeah, Figgy's in. Left Fig.
Good old Figs. What a boy. Okay, so we're going to move on to our last tie of the evening. So this is your headline act, boys and girls.
Two bangers.
Two.
Not this time, is it? It's the first time that our last goals have not been necessarily the headliners.
I'd actually probably say that this is probably I actually don't think this is the best headline we've had. Like, it's probably the worst.
No.
It's been that good.
Yep,
This has been that good.
But these are two bangers of goals. And I mean, that's the only way that you can describe them.
Mm-hmm.
They are two bangers.
Okay. Goal numero uno. It's this goal. Agreed, Ben. It should have been.
Yeboah. Oh, Yeboah.
Oh, he's unhappy. Can't do that anymore.
All far too close. There's no social distancing there.
We're just going to let it play through for a moment, and then we'll show you the goal it's going to face off against. So there's a nice slow-mo, this one. And then I'll show you the goal it faces up against. Pew. It goes up against this phenomenal goal.
I've got getting figgy with it stuck in my head now, man. Jigging away to myself.
Oh, yeah. Getting figgy with it. Na 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 na. Getting figgy with it. But we can sing that in the quarterfinals. I'm quite pleased about that.
I'm going to come on Thursday with fig juice. Rum and fig juice. Look at that. I mean,
he's happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the two goals, guys and girls, that we're going to ask you which one is your favourite. Either Tony Yeboah's goal or Yusuf Safri's 40-yard smash. Neil, let's have a look at the Yeboah goal. Me and you are not particularly fond of this goal, but it's a great goal, isn't it? It's just not necessarily, in our opinion, the as good as people, laud it to be.
I think from our point of view, the issue is we think he scored a better goal the week before against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem is
George.
It's an absolute. Oh, George, you missed it.
Oh,
Ronaldo's
mate.
out.
Yeah,
Ronnie's
out.
Your vote would have your vote would have counted very little, mate.
You didn't get a single vote, buddy.
Yeah, I think Yeboah's strike is against a poor Wimbledon team with an even poorer goalkeeper.
Mm.
Who remembers Paul Held? Yeah, no one. Not even his mum remembers Paul Held. Exactly.
I mean, you just mentioned his name, mate. I don't even know who. I can't even remember who.
No, exactly.
R.I.P.
He was a. So unfortunately, my Stato stuff goes on. He was Leyton Orient's goalkeeper. in like League Two or something like that. Down it. Yeah.
Sorry,
Leighton
Neil. It's
Orient's
just
goalkeeper
he is.
signed for Wimbledon in
I'm
the
sorry,
Prem.
Neil, but he's just so uncaptivating. I feel the need to stare at the wall, mate. So sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Leighton Orient goalkeeper signed for Wimbledon as a backup to, I think it was Neil Sullivan at the time. And Sullivan got crocked, and in steps Paul Held, thinking, yeah, I'm a Premier League goalkeeper. This then happens to him. It is a great bang of a goal. But the goal a week before that Yeboah scored was as much of a bang against Liverpool.
It was, and once again, for me to maybe be the Robbie Savage of the down the local, this goal, not at any point is he in control of what he's doing here. We talk about
apart from the
Bergkamp,
shot,
and Bergkamp was in some assembled control of his goal. He was trying to make that touch, and he improvised. This is improvisation, but this is sloppy. It is. It's average. It's average. It just, if you saw someone score this goal on, I don't know. I just, as you say, he takes it down his chest here. Yeah, and there he gets a lucky touch there. It bubbles up. It hits him in the knee, so he's actually able to control it. And then he just lashes it. He just goes, oh well, I can't do anything else. That's all he does. It's just a lash. It's just
it. You will see that goal most weekends or a lot of weekends at Sunday League games.
Yeah, you would because it's just a luck of the. It's just bounced well, and as you say, the Liverpool goal is a million times better than that.
Yeah, Hugo said the same.
Yeah,
Liverpool one's better.
It's a million times better.
It is.
The only thing that it's got going for this goal is it hits the stanchion. It just clips the stanchion there, so it looks like it's a rocket of a shot, but it
is a rocket of a shot. He's hit it very, very hard.
Yeah, he's punched it, but he's never meant to place the ball there. If that had gone flying through the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, right in the middle of the goal, when he struck that shot, he's not placed it. He's not seen that gap, and he's going for it. Yeah, he's just lashed it, and it's just come off and made.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He could have hit it really hard straight at a goalkeeper, and it probably would have gone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would have still gone in. But at least with Safri's goal, he knows what he's doing.
It's a little bit of the unexpected.
Yeah, he's had a quick look here, and he's thought, I'll have a go. And the one thing that me and you, Neil, both picked on straight away is you've got arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League.
At the time, in the definitely. Top 10. And over the period of time, over the whole period of time, definitely.
So Shay Given to make it my top 10.
Shay Given was a fantastic keeper. Yeah.
And
fantastic goalkeeper.
Look at the
he's beating all ends up.
Look.
It's not even the movement on the ball. You look at when you do one more image and you see Given in the goal as the ball hits the net.
He's in a really good position here, isn't he? He's in a really good position. He's exactly where you'd want a goalkeeper to be. But
and then you watch him there. Look at him. He's all over the shop.
He's dumbfounded.
He's almost starfished because the balls move so much in the air. Yeah, just doesn't know. Doesn't know. Moroccan all over the world. Who threw that in the other week?
I don't know. I started singing that.
The last round.
It might have even been the few to be fair. Okie dokie. Okay then.
Or it could have been. No, it was Coop. Coop done it because it's Coop's vote.
Yeah.
Coop's vote, isn't it?
I think he's probably working tonight. Bless him. Lots of love to Coop.
He's working. Yeah.
Lots of love to him. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Okay.
Doing a bit. Keeping the trogs safe in the hospitals.
Yep. That's it. Looking after my wife. Thank you, Coop.
Yes.
So. Yep. Okay. Let's have a quick look. One for Yeboah. Granty going for Safri. Like that.
Good choice.
Fair play to you, Granty, because I know you was a big fan of that goal, mate. So those are the kind of votes I've got a lot of love for.
See, when Matt, you say, I mean,
deal breaker, you still
Lorenzo, you can't go against this shout. No, I think he's gone. Oh no, we've gone back up to nine people though. So, Lorenzo, because you can never forget it. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
No,
And it
that's what
is
it's
a
about.
goal that will always stick in. Yeah, it is a goal that will always stick in the head. I just think it was, from a personal point of view, and we said when we watched it last time, when it was in the last set, it was better than I remembered it, but it's still not as good as the Liverpool one.
Yeah. No, I'd agree, and that doesn't make it a less of a goal. It just, yeah, as you say, it's just a shame that one got the vote instead, than the Liverpool goal. I make it 6-1
Yeah,
Safri, 6-1 Safri so far. Is there
I do.
anyone who
I do.
who hasn't made their vote, who's undecided, who wants to see? I mean, you can't see the goals again. You're shit out of luck. I'm sorry, but anyone that's not got their vote in.
Can you, whilst we are waiting for that though, Sean, can you quickly pull up the Yeboah versus Liverpool goal?
Of course I can. 'Cause I'm a nice guy.
Because what I'm intrigued for is whether people would change their vote and whether they would have voted for that one instead of Safri. So because then that completely justifies our point.
Yep. This is what we're going to ask you then, guys. Do you think this is a better goal than the Yeboah offering that was there? Or do you think that this goal would trump the Safri goal?
That's a banger. How did that not beat?
Yeah. Because, like you say, at least with that, he's meant it. He's not fudged his touch and tripped over the ball and then just smashed it.
There's no defensive cock up in there of giving the ball back to him. It's all played.
He's watched the ball come down here.
It's nodded across. Yeah. It's nodded across for him, and he's moved across and then cracked that against, at the time, one of the better goalkeepers in the Prem. Oh, over the course of time, a good goalkeeper in the Prem.
It was England #1 for a long period of time.
Yeah. Absolutely banged right in the top corner. Right in. I mean, David Jack, he's nowhere near it.
No, it just clips
and he's in the right position.
The bar,
he stood centre of the goal. Yeah. So we know Safri is through.
Yes.
There's no question there. Safri's won. But for everyone that's still on, if it was Safri against that goal, would you still be voting for Safri? Yeboah.
Yeah, Mr. Bajami is going in with Yeboah. And I'd be inclined to agree, to be honest.
I'd agree. It's a better goal. He's hit it on the volley or side volley, running across the pitch.
Yeah, the few owed. Agreed, mate. Yeah.
And this is the drawback. I mean, if those two goals were scored in 2 different seasons, and they were scored in 2 different seasons, and Yeboah's goal got beat by, I don't know, the Bergkamp versus Newcastle. I know it was obviously much earlier, but or beat by Latisse versus Newcastle, or Latisse versus Blackburn. Then you'd be like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But I mean, okay.
But they were scored weeks apart. Yeah. How on earth?
But I mean, Neil. I mean, this is where I don't like how it's not. It's not judged on the goal. It's because I want to take you back to the company goal, because I said it from the start. Actually, it deserves less to be in there than the Jack Wilshere one does.
Yep.
Reason being is for this goal, which I'm about to show you. Now, this goal was voted for the Puskas Award, the most prestigious goal award in the world. Not the Premier League, not Europe, the world. It was one of the nominees for it.
Yeah.
And it didn't win the goal of the season. I mean, it's just it's. And do you know why? Because guess who it scored against? How can you tell me that the company goal is better than that?
Townsend's
how on earth? How on earth? How? It begs belief. That is one of the greatest goals you will ever see in the Premier League, and it never won. Just the same as Yeboah. It never won.
Hold on.
No,
So when we've got the winner of this,
We're going to vote
Yeah,
for
so
our winner
everyone
of.
basically would. So I think it seems to be that there is a huge swing that it would
Yeah,
then mean that there's more chance of your Burr winning if he
yeah,
had that one, but he
yeah,
doesn't, and
yeah. He
Safri
doesn't.
is through.
Yep,
So
that's
I've
fair
not been
enough.
highlighting, but yeah,
Yep.
we
Yeah.
have Dennis Bergkamp versus Newcastle.
Mhm.
We have Matt Letitia versus Newcastle. Oh, Newcastle are taking a hammering, man. We
Oh,
have
shame.
Figueroa versus Stoke, and we have Safri versus Newcastle. So
I hope Pete's
Newcastle's
happy.
3 goals conceded are all in. Yep. Uh, but yeah, so from a personal point of view, I think what we could look at once we've got this one clear is because the goals is something that entices everyone. People love the goals,
Yeah,
love a goal.
yeah,
We could always look at like the best 32 goals per club
yeah,
from Prem. So
yeah,
something different, and that way we can pull them out.
yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean,
And
we could
actually,
vote. Yeah,
they'll be voted by fans of the clubs as well a lot of the time, won't they? So
yeah,
that'll be good. We'll
yeah.
do that.
Definitely. Yeah, more than happy to do that. Bang up
Weren't
for it.
they all against State Given as well? Now, unfortunately, Matt Letizier's was against someone called Mike Hooper. He
Who?
was the former Liverpool backup keeper. Exactly. Hooper, mate.
Who?
Hooper.
Who? Per?
Per. Yeah. And I'm not sure if it
Perfect.
was the Bergkamp goal. I'm not sure if that was Shay Given or whether that was pre-Given and it was like Pavel Cernicek or someone.
Hmm.
Can't remember.
Good
But
question.
could have been. Could have been Given.
Who knows? We will
And
never know.
I think sometimes that irons out how good a goal is as well.
Mm.
Because if it's scored against a very good goalkeeper, then not only have they done something amazing to get there, but then they've also finished it against a decent keeper. Whereas if you're just smashing it past some shitbag in goal,
Yeah,
then
like
you're all
Kasper
right, innit?
Schmeichel. Yeah. Okay, so I mean
Yeah,
that rounds up round of our first round of fixtures for the round of 16. We're going to do the second round at the same time. Actually, earlier. We're going to be doing it earlier, boys and girls, on Thursday. Once again,
yeah,
7:30
because we've got
start
the
time.
draw after.
Come again?
We've got the draw to do after.
Correct. Correct. So we'll be starting at an earlier time with the goals on Thursday. If you
Yep.
tuned in tonight just for the goals, then you might want to tune in a bit earlier on Thursday, just because we're going to get the goals out sooner,
Yeah.
so we can carry out our quarter-final draw. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Picture the goals being done at about 8 o'clock, I would imagine.
I'd have said so. We'll do our half an hour warm up and talk about what's happened between Monday and
Yeah.
Thursday, and then we'll crack on with the goals. If you haven't already, guys, like I said, just to make this absolutely clear, because I know a couple of people have said to me that they struggled to find the show tonight. Follow down the local, not Sean himself. Follow down the local. If you plan
Yeah.
to stick around and watch the football show, it's now going to be separate. It's not going to be part of the Sean himself Twitch channel. If you have only been following that for the football show, you're more than welcome to unfollow. Don't feel obliged to stick there. But I encourage you to follow down the local if you want to continue watching the football show and join in. Okay? If you're on Twitch,
Yeah.
if you're on Facebook, once again, thank you so much for joining us, Dennis. You've been active all night. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If there's other people on Facebook and you've been a bit nervous about commenting, joining in, get involved. Get your votes in, because we don't like having the don't like having the awkward conversations of which goal we're going to vote for. We want your votes, boys and girls. So what's going to be on Sean himself one? It's me playing drums, buddy. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be music. That's all it's going to be.
Sean playing drums and the Wheel of Sean.
Yeah, I can actually show you guys a bit better now.
The Wheel of Sean is a new invention that has been pulled together by Sean from an unwanted present that as soon as Sean done this became wanted. True story.
If it is, it genuinely, no word of a lie. So yeah, if you guys if you want to watch me do some really silly things, some things that I'm not proud of,
like wearing an Ibrahimovic shirt,
then that's what happens over on twitch.tv/Sean himself. But yeah, you can come and give my wheel a spin, and I would Well, I'll do a silly little accent for you, for instance. I'll do an impression for you.
We'll tell some stories.
Yep, there's lots of stories on there. We told some good stories today. I was quite proud of that.
We did, yeah. Little bits of fan fiction.
So that's what happens on Sean himself. Down the local is down the local. It's football. It's football chat. It's beer chat. That's all that's going to happen on here. There's going to be none of my crap on here. So as I say, it's you know, if you feel obliged that you want one but not the other, please just follow the one which you want to follow. If you want to follow both, I'll be most appreciative, and you'd get, say, twice the amount of love from me. Okay.
If you follow this channel though now, guys, you'll get the notifications come up to tell you when we're going live, so you won't ever forget. We do post all the stuff on Facebook as well. Yep. So if you've got Facebook, get yourself on to Down the Local on Facebook, like it, you'll get the stuff, you'll see the bits and pieces come through. But yeah, much appreciated for your participation again, as ever.
Yeah, roll on Thursday, more goals, and getting the bowl out for the draw, mate. Can't wait. I love a good draw.
Shall we do a quick rundown on who we are seeing on Thursday?
Please do, Neil. If you'd be so kind to garnish with us with that, I'd be most appreciative.
I will share and share.
You're a good lad.
We have Emre Can. We have Emre Can for Liverpool versus Watford.
If Emre can, then Emre can.
Exactly. We also have, and this will be a good one for Dennis Benjamin to be on for, because he would have missed this goal as well. Steven Gerrard for Liverpool versus West Ham in the FA Cup final, because I made the hideous mistake of getting married on the day.
It's a big mistake getting married, Neil.
Well, just on that day it was. I'd endured some crap FA Cup finals, and I missed that one. And yeah, I had to tell the master of ceremonies to debunk it was my wedding. Anyway, we have Wayne Rooney for Manchester United. Coops, oh man,
Coop's in the house.
Safri's through though. Still Moroccan all over the world, mate.
Moroccan all over the world. Get in there. Of course you can.
Although
we'll do that.
You're lucky that the BBC cocked up by putting the wrong Yeboah goal in, because it turned out that if they put the Liverpool Yeboah goal in, then Safri wouldn't be Moroccan anyway. Wayne Rooney for Manchester United versus Manchester City, and Denis Bergkamp is back for Arsenal versus Leicester. We then have a Trevor Sinclair FA Cup goal for QPR versus Barnsley against Eric Cantona for Manchester United versus Sunderland. If you tune in for nothing else, the celebration does it. We then have the proper Jack Wilshere goal, the deserving winner of a BBC goal of the season, versus Didi Hamann of Liverpool against Portsmouth. So Jack Wilshere for Arsenal against Norwich, Didi Hamann for Liverpool versus Portsmouth.
Yeah, and Neil, would you be
next
kind
week?
Enough? Oh, sorry. Would you be
banger
kind enough
upon
to,
banger?
Yeah, would you be Thursday? Would you be kind enough just to explain to Coop who has won tonight, please, buddy?
So, So Coop for tonight, Dennis Bergkamp's flick and finish for Arsenal against Newcastle came out on top against Cristiano Ronaldo's free kick against Portsmouth. Was it a whitewash? One vote for Ronaldo, wasn't there?
No.
Or was it a whitewash?
Whitewash.
Whitewash. Bergkamp got all the votes. Matt Letizia for Southampton versus Newcastle against Daly and Atkinson for Villa versus Wimbledon finished in a 4-4 draw, and me and Sean both agreed that Letizier's goal would go through. Vincent Kompany has gone out because Maynor Figueroa's goal was less shit. And Tony Yeboah has gone out, and Yusuf Safri is still rocking Moroccan all over the world.
Yeah, definitely. That goal wasn't shit. Oh dear, I love that. Okay, Coop.
That's how it is.
So yeah, I hope that clears that one up, Coop, buddy. Once again, just before we head out of here, guys, if you haven't followed the new page, please just hit us up with a follow so that you You get the notification when we go live on Thursday. If you're watching us on Twitch, if not Facebook, you don't need to do anything. We'll be back again at 7:30 on Thursday. We're going to go check out some guys playing some Football Manager after we talked about it earlier. Let's go bring up the Manchester United conversation, boys and girls. So we're going to go hang out with Dan. Rating's an important part of Twitch. It helps us spread the name. So just head over there and just say hello. Say what you want. It helps get the name out there so we can get more people involved and we can get some more votes in and we can connect with more football fans on Twitch. Okay? We will see you all again at 7:30 on Thursday. Laters, guys. Thanks so much.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you. Oh, me. Pig. Okie dokie.